Hello, good evening. My name is Bertrand Go. Today we're going to be talking on the storage devices presentation. This is the agenda. We're going to indicate, they say indicate the similarities and the differences between the two operating systems, that's Linux and Windows operating system. We're also going to talk on, the commercial reason behind, having your storage on Linux or Windows operating system. We're also going to look at, determine the rationale on and between on the two storage system from the Christian perspective. Now, here is the two difference. Here are a few differences between our Windows operating system and our Linux operating system. You can take a look at it. I will also paste a link to the video that you got a link to the PDF so that you can go through it. Here we have the file system for the Windows uses FAT and NTFS. Why for Linux? Linux exploits several file systems. Um, yeah, and there's just a few of them that I want to go through it. Here we also have the similarities, differences between the two operating system based on the system structure. For both Linux and Windows, for both of them uses hierarchical organizational system to actually group data into different directories. Why for I know for Windows we kind of call directories as folders. Why for our Linux we're calling them directories. So they both have similarities and differences as well. Now, here is, are you gonna prefer using or the reasons why somebody would prefer Linux operating system over Windows operating system or Windows operating system over Linux. So, one of the reasons we're gonna be looking at is the pricing and licensing. We know that the Linux operating system is an open source, so it is free to be used by by many other tools. So we have meanwhile Windows actually uses licenses, so you have to subscribe for the license and have limited number of systems that can actually use that. We have support. We know that for Windows, you get Windows, it's licensed, so you have limited support on it. But for Linux, it's an open source, so there's so many already support and groups or channels that you can actually get free support on it. For security, we all know that Linux is much more secure than Windows, so that's why Linux is preferred. So, and here we're looking at comparing the two storage solutions in enterprises. We have direct attached storage and things like that. You might want to take a look. You also look at network attached storages. You just want to take a look as well. Here and other things we want to look at is the ethical consideration of utilizing either of the storages. So one of which we're going to be looking at is the retention policy. And we want to look at how much longer you can actually store data on whichever of the operating system, and you want to see it's called data retention policy, how long you want to keep that data, and the longer you keep the data, the costlier it is. So yeah, there's some things you want to look at. The second point is, who are those that are going to be able to access that? How many people would need to access that file? If it might be an application that might be actually, querying that, reading that file or whatever. Or a number of users. It's also going to depend on those that are, how many of people needs to access that data. So you need to have all some of those points and put them into consideration before making a choice. Thank you.